where Vegeta just actually just had to break that facade for a moment and have like a heart to heart with Goku.
I feel
Same
like
thing with
Kaiba.
Kaiba.
Really broke
now that
it.
you actually lay it out on a timeline like that, I did not realize how many consecutive L's Vegeta took between the Sand Saga and the Frieza Saga. God damn.
Nah, Vegeta's been going through it.
Nah, he been
Like
going
I know
through
he
it,
take
bro.
L's, but I didn't know he take
Real
consecutive
shit,
L's. Like
bro been going through it. That old nigga been going through the ringer since fucking his intro. His first real W to me, and niggas could disagree, is when he fought Goku in the Sand Saga. It literally took all the Z fighters to really cut off his tail, and bro, it took a lot to be Vegeta that arc. So,
and even then, like I don't even think he would consider that a dub because at least in his race,
Yeah, they're not gonna take that as W's. Like neither Vegeta.
If in his race, damn, I can't speak English. That's crazy. In your race, if you weak or if you lose, you done. That's over. You body, pack it up. But I think the event that Goku showed him mercy and telling Krillin, I think that hit harder than if he would have killed him. Because now he's like, oh, now he got disrespected.
Okay. Yeah, no, but that like I think there's layers to these. Like it's layers to these characters. With Sasuke, we think he's just a douchebag, like that he just doesn't rock with Naruto. But later, as you find out, this kid's clan got murdered by his own brother. Really has PTSD.
He really got
nobody
PTSD,
in the village helping him.
Sasuke
and the only person
PTSD.
that he can relate to is the person that on the other side that's getting ostracized by the whole village. He's the only person he can relate to, and even then, they still have some struggles. Then with so it's like there's reasons as to why they have these, like they have this Teflon on that they think they got to be tough 24/7. Bakugo doesn't have that. He's just an asshole to be an asshole when you first introduce him.
Apparently, his entire reason is that people praise him.
No, he legit doesn't have a reason. I don't even want like.
He has a reason. It's just trash compared to everyone else. His entire reason is that people praise him growing up for his.
Yeah, he doesn't have a reason.
I'm gonna break it down because it's like real life shit. Like, so with Bakugo, right? I tell people all the time, it's like, imagine, say Turtle and Edge, right? They grew up homies since like day one. Edge, Edge, you feel me? He was always the nigga with a quirk, and Turtle never had a quirk. You feel me? But Edge got this cool ass quirk, so everybody. When I say everybody, everybody's gassing him up. His mom, dad, the fucking people at the school, daycare, whatever the case may be. Oh, bro, your quirk next up. You next up. Ooh, all this shit. Like, and now you got people following you. You grow a superiority complex over time because everybody's amping your head up so fucking much that you really feel like you that nigga. So when Turtle come around and he on some super miracle shit, like, oh, I got a quirk and I could do this and that and third, that whole superiority complex shit, it started crumbling. You done lost your identity. You feel me?
Bro,
but he was bullying him before that, though.
No. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I said it started when it was kids, because if you watch the flashbacks, everybody was saying like, oh yeah, your quirk is this, your quirk is that. Oh my god, you're so talented. Shit, like, so he's feeling like, bro, nobody could rival me. Like, I'm really him. You feel me? Granted, I'm not gonna say like that's the best reason why, because at the end of the day, you still a dickhead. What you being a dickhead for? You feel me? But his thing was he had a superiority complex, and then when Deku started really molding out and becoming him,
but the execution just feels mid.
When Deku started really becoming him and that nigga, it started like breaking Bakugo. Like, damn, like, what the fuck I'm going wrong? I thought I really had it all, and then when he met fucking Todoroki, he was like, damn, this nigga got fire and ice and blah, and like. That's why this nigga was like, bro. That's why he was always on the mission. Like, I'm trying to be the best. Like, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna be the best. And bro, so by the time him and Deku even fought, and All Might came and was like, told him the whole secret shit. That's when he started to really like to calm down, like a lot.
Yeah, he's definitely mellowed out. In those earlier episodes, he was more or less telling Deku to just like kill himself.
Yeah,
Like,
he was on
but
some
now, but
he was on
now
some dickhead
he's
shit.
a
He was
lot
being a
chiller.
dickhead.
Now he's a lot chiller, but he's just obnoxious and annoying, dog. I've never liked that. Like, okay, people. I actually talked to like a Bakugo fan about this. I'm like, oh, how do you like Bakugo, but you don't? How do you not like Bakugo, but you like Asta? Look, okay, Asta.
What? That's two
He's
different
loud.
Those
people.
are those are completely two different things.
That's
I
two
don't know.
different
It was
personalities. What the fuck?
Exactly.
I guess they're
Like
saying, oh,
Asta's
if
not
you think
belittling
Bakugo is loud,
anybody. He's trying to boost himself up and the people around him. Literally, he fighting for equality.
Facts.
Bakugo's just being a dickhead. That's two different levels.
Two different things.
Two different things.
Through Bakugo, he's just too annoying. Every time this motherfucker open his mouth,
And me personally, I think the whole superiority complex thing that's kind of played out. Realistically, bro is just a dickhead to be a dickhead.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I ain't gonna say that's his
there are
excuse.
better ways to do it. There are characters that have done it in a much better way. Like, think about it. Inosuke thinks that he's stronger than everyone, but he's not being a dickhead about it.
I mean, he was, but like at the end of the day, he's just like, realistically, I'm not. I'm gonna say I am, but I'm not.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, I'm not trying to make it like an excuse for him, but I'm just saying like that's what his character is really based around in like that early portion of My Hero.
It's based off superiority complex, but to me, it's still like it's at the he's at that line of mediocre when it comes to his reason.
No, like listen, I really like Bakugo. Like I really like Bakugo, but I can honestly say, in the early beginnings, he left a bad taste in people's mouth because that shit was lame.
Oh yeah.
That shit was just lame.
Of course,
so, I want to say something real fast. So, like, you know how you talked about Vegeta and like how he kept taking those L's. It's like if you really look at it, like going to the manga now, like Bakugo has had that moment where like he's been mellowing out, and like he even said like he tried to run from the truth that like Deku is his equal or even better than him. And it's like when you put it like that, it sounds like good writing, but when you experience it like through reading it just feels like it took way too long.
Exactly. This should have been he should have like been had this the moment like he had that one like that conversation with him, All Might, and Deku. That should have been
after that fight.
Like you really need to start taking this seriously, bro.
They should.
I don't really care about.
They should have been. They should have been really taking it serious after he got captured with the whole muscular shit and the villains popping up to the training camp. That's when they really should have started having that conversation.
Like he really should have just like that whole ego he had, superiority complex, where you could have let that would have been the perfect moment to like drop all that right there and let him be vulnerable. I felt like I'm glad it happened, but it's just like that joint was kind of way too late. It took too long, and it really wasn't at a pivotal moment in the story. I mean, if you want to call the vigilante Deku thing like a pivotal moment, if I would have been like,
all right, boom. I got a question for y'all. Right, what y'all feel like makes a rival?
What makes a rival?
What makes the rival?
In my opinion, rivals. Well, okay. A good rival, in my opinion, is two people who are trying to achieve similar things but going about it a different way. I know some people would argue that's more of just a mirror complex, which can also happen with like an antagonist, so it doesn't have to be a rival.
Yeah.
But I feel like a rival should have that kind of thing where they're not maybe the exact same thing, but they're trying to achieve similar things through different means. Maybe some not as more as the other. And I feel like that's always a good way to show contrast, not only in character, but also in their philosophies or the way they see things around them. One other thing I would add on is the rival should usually be able to check each other. Now, I'm not just talking about his power, but like, let's say like the MC has a rival and he's like on some bullshit. The rival should, even though they're like racing towards the same thing, the rival should be able to be like, hey, yo, bro, chill out. Like, this isn't you or something crazy. I know like that's a corny line, but you understand what I'm saying. They should be able to check each other morally as well as powerly. In my opinion.
I agree. Like for me, rivals are two people who are in like a healthy competition to reach an endpoint, and like they work well together. Because it's like in the movies, you see Bakugo and Deku, like they fight together sometimes, and like they have really cool moments or whatever. But it's like they actually don't have that synergy like at all in the series. So it's just like Goku and Vegeta, like they're both Saiyans, like they both trained together, they both trained in similar ways. So like yeah, they've got that synergy, they've got that healthy competition of being the strongest or whatever. But it's just like yeah, just two people in like a healthy competition, and like Turtle said, like who can check each other, like hey, this isn't you, or like yo, relax, or just like yo, stop me if I go too far type shit, you know?
Yeah, perfect example being Goku and Majin Vegeta.
But yeah, no, it's like
Oh, or
rivals are people who have got to like do something. Right? That's also why I don't like Yuno from Black Clover, because it's like I get he's supposed to be like the antithesis to Asta. Like he's taller, he's got black hair, he's quieter, but it's like as a
He's the
person, he does
He's
nothing.
natural talent versus Asta's work hard. That's the way I see it.
I mean, yeah, but it's just like Yuno doesn't have a character to him. I feel like he doesn't express himself. He doesn't like do anything. Like I understand it's Asta's story instead of Yuno's story, but like
And not only that,
I feel
you
like they
gotta
should
understand what you
do
know.
more.
He like super like antisocial. He don't even like to really display. What I figured out with like what I figured out with and Asta and how they correlate with each other, and also it could rub you the wrong way, or it could be like, that shit mid. But like with Asta, for example, he's one of the main characters. He's gonna wear his heart on his sleeve. And he gonna stand on what he believe, and he gonna double down on what he believe. It's just that simple, right?
Hmm.
What is more of is I would say antisocial, but he would rather show than speak. You feel me? Now, granted, personally, I would like the nigga to talk more. I would really like him to express more. You feel me?
Like
But how to
literally
moderate him
anything.
out, like that would be kind of weird. Like now, for him to just be
Okay, but like Asta has learned to quiet down, if that makes any sense. Like he doesn't scream constantly anymore. Like
now,
he's
that
a
was that
serious person.
dub. The dub shit really blew that out of
No, I'm
proportion.
just like talking in general. Like even in the manga, like you could like they always like drew it that way. Like oh, just screaming about some shit. But like yeah, it's just man, I don't know. Like could just do something.
No, no, no. I feel you coming
I
from
feel like
though.
Yuno is one of those
Because in the
characters where he
beginning, I
doesn't
wasn't
really
really
talk
rocking with
about his
like
resolve
that.
or show his resolve. That's the way I looked at it. Like the way I looked at it is that he's not gonna say much, but especially when the Dark Triad attacked the what are they called? Like the
Go,
Golden Dawn, I think.
listen. That's when he honestly like just let his feelings out, bro.
Yeah, like he's not gonna say much, but he's gonna fight to the last man because he doesn't say his resolve, he shows his resolve. That's the way I've always looked at it.
Yeah, I just like characters that express themselves in any way, really. Like at least just like as a character, not as a role, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I can see that. And also I see what Semi is saying with the whole antisocial, because when Yuno is around people like in the Golden Dawns, and around like Asta, he's a lot more talkative than when he's like in battle. So I feel like that is a pretty accurate representation of antisocial. Not that you don't like talking, is that you just if you're around your people, you're cool. That's the way I am. If you see me in like a public space, I'm not saying shit.
is that really antisocial though? I'm just correct, like
No, he
one because like if you're around your homies or like and you're still talking, is it wouldn't that be more like introverted as
yeah he
opposed to antisocial?
no he an introvert. Like he's only comfortable. Like be honest with you, he only really comfortable with people from the Golden Dawn and Asta. Like everybody else, he just really don't say much
He
around
just
them.
look at you.
Yeah, he just look at you with blank face type shit. So
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure because like I had this conversation with my sister and my brother about it was just some random things yesterday. Uh, but for me personally, with the rival question, what makes a rival to me is like first of all, they have to have a. To me, I think they have to have, just like the MC, they have to have a motivation. Like that, to me, point blank, you have to have a motivation. I can't call you a rival to the MC if you ain't have a goal of yourself. Like you don't have like a expectation of yourself that you wish to strive for,
All right,
regardless of what it is.
All right, prime example, Meech, and you can speak for it, right? Who you feel like is Ichigo rival?
That's okay.
But I'll be honest with you, he got two.
Who?
I mean, I know it'd be Grimmjow. Grimmjow,
Grimmjow just goes against everything that Ichigo do. Like, granted, they come to terms later on in the arc, like in Thousand Blood
They
War.
literally had that conversation.
But his other rival, to me, that also just correlates to his character. They like same side of the coin type shit, is Uryu.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
I was about to say those two would be his Ichigo's rivals. Even though I see Grimmjow more of like the rival, like the shonen-esque rival for Ichigo. If you were to tell me Uryu, it makes sense because they work off of each other. Like Uryu's seriousness and professionalism, as opposed to Ichigo's brash nature and just headstrong, headfirst charging everything. Like they play off of each other, but ultimately they can't work together. You know what I'm saying?
Like the thing is, like Uryu and Ichigo, they could work together like perfectly. Like they synergize together so fucking well. It's crazy. Like personality, all of this. Like when Ichigo need that fucking like that serious conversation, Uryu is gonna give him that serious conversation. He's gonna be like, "Hey, bro, listen. Like you need to fucking come on, pick your head up, King. What the fuck you doing? Like, come on now." Versus Grimmjow, we already know Grimmjow very headstrong. The nigga the king of Waco Mundo. This ain't too much you can really tell, my boy. Like, if you ain't fucking stronger than him or whatever the case, listen, bro, this ain't too much you can fucking say to him. And even if you are stronger than him, who cares? Like, he don't fucking care. It's still too much you can say to him. Like him and Ichigo went battle? How many thought like 3 or 4 times before they got to their conclusion? Like
they battled 3 times and like the score. Well, I guess if you really want to talk about it, the score is
2-1.
It's if you want to say it's 2-1. Well, I think they both say that it'd be like 1-1. That's second fight that they had in Karakura in the morning when Ichigo was just unlocking his hollow mask and Grimmjow had one arm. I don't think they would count that.
That was
first fight.
That was a skill check.
Yeah, that was a skill check.
Like the first fight
what you
was when they first. And it's like the first fight was when they pulled up in Karakura, and then the second fight was when Ichigo went into Waco Mundo and they fought without any restraints.
Full power,
Hollow Mask Ichigo and second second release?
Resurrection Grimmjow.
Yeah. And I freaking forgot that Ukiura was the only one with second release besides Yami. Okay, but yeah, those would be their 1-1.
Oh yeah.
So we still have yet to see like their third fight, which was hinted in like the 1,000-Year Blood War if they didn't have to deal with Yuha and stuff. And Grimmjow been in the lab training, so it's definitely ain't gonna be no cakewalk if they do have a fight in the future, which I'm hoping.
The thing is, you wanna know what's crazy about that? Canon wise, he's stronger than Nail. Nail was number 3. That's how much training he did, and he's stronger than Hollowbell too.
I wouldn't put it past him. Yeah.
And if Askin didn't have that fucking that OPS hacks bullshit he would have been dead.
That's facts.
Like matter of fact, put it like this, right? And I try to tell people this who be trying to power scale Grimmjow. Anybody who Ichigo fought in the 1,000-Year Blood War besides Yuha, Grimmjow can fight them too. No problem.
That's facts.
Quite literally, he could fight them too. The only person the only person Grimjaw ever honestly struggled with in the 1,000 Blood War was Askin, and that's because Askin got a
That
godly
nigga
fucking
was
hat.
cheating.
He got
That
some
nigga was
he got a
cheating.
bullshit.
Wasn't his joint with like poison or whatever? I
Poison.
believe
It's not
been a
poison.
minute.
It's that he can adapt his body to anything, so
Literally.
it doesn't affect him.
He
It's like it doesn't
Grimjaw
give him
took
any
his heart.
crazy strength or anything. He just won't be
It's just
affected.
adapt. You just okay.
Yeah, poison
adapts.
and adaption. It's crazy.
Okay.
The way, so yeah, that's how I
Kind
be
of
trying.
what
That's how I be trying to tell people
Cezile
about.
did.
Huh?
Yeah.
That one guy, the pink-haired Arankar, is like.
Oh, you talking about
like that.
You talking about Zalaporo?
Oh, Xylaro.
Yeah, but like
the doctor
for Cyro, like for him, like he would prepare for that, but for Askin, like that guy just does it in the moment.
He just does it. Yeah, the Oshwa, that group, the Quincy group's crazy, and niggas ain't ready for that. But I want to wrap up your question. But like I said, they have to have a motivation of their own, and for me, like I feel as though with a rival that works with the MC, they have to. It's like kind of like two sides of the same coin. Like the whole Goku, Vegeta, Naruto, Sasuke, Ash, Paul type, like those dynamics right there. When they go about, like Batordo said, they go about it in their own separate way.
Okay, so
but ultimately they have that clash ideology, like which side is actually right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
quick question, right? With those set in stone rivals, right? How you feel about rivals like Killua and Megami or Yuta or what's another one?
Is Killua a rival?
The thing is, I don't see
Yeah.
Killua as a rival. He's a friend. Like,
Yeah, he's a friend.
Yeah,
because they don't have similar goals at all.
He's like a Joe bro. Like he's there to the end.
Okay,
like,
yeah, I would say like, yeah, like
he's like a Joe bro.
That's kind of a okay, because you can be a Joe bro and a rival, but just because you're a Joe bro, that doesn't mean you're a rival. Like I wouldn't consider Polnareff to be a rival to Jotaro, even though I consider Polnareff to be the. Some people say it's 𝐾𝐄Ev𝐄. I personally think it's Polnareff.
It's Polnareff.
But even if you go with 𝐾𝐄Ev𝐄 as the Joe bro, I don't think anyone's gonna argue that 𝐾𝐄Ev𝐄 is the rival to Jotaro. So like, I think the only really rivals in the Joe bros are probably either Joseph and Caesar, or you could count Gyro and Johnny. I'm not sure. I guess if you wanted to, but other than that,
so what
I wouldn't consider Killua a rival.
Okay, well, I consider him like a Joe bro. You feel me? He's there for the
Makes
cause.
sense.
He's there for the cause.
Yeah.
He's gonna support gang no matter what. So how you
Feel
feel
like
about how you feel about for Yuji for example, like with Megami and Yuta?
I don't.
They on
like,
to be honest,
I feel as though, like,
to be honest with you, they on 3 different timings, but they gonna get the job done.
Okay, but so this is interesting because Yuji just says he's a cog in the machine. Like he's not really that special. Like he's just there to achieve a goal for the bigger purpose, which is the Jujutsu world. Like he is the vessel for Sukuna. Like he's going to like die so Sukuna can die. That's it. All he does is hold the fingers, you know. And Megumi is just like that guy on his team, not exactly a rival, just a friend of his.
You just got that dog in him.
Yeah. No. The reason why I say he's a rival is because he don't have to go against his ideology, but they on 2 different timings. Like I'm pretty sure, like if Yuji was in a situation like, hey bro, like I gotta go over here and do this, but Megami has something important, like Megami will tell him like, yo bro, like I gotta go handle this, but we gotta link back up. Like this is a like you're my homie, but this is a priority. Like he's not like, he's not like,
the thing is, their goals don't line up. Like their goals have like nothing to do.
Nothing at all. Like real shit. Like something come up with Megami's sister, and Yuji's like, hey bro, I gotta go do this. Megami's gonna tell him like, oh, like I would go, but this is my sister, and you gotta understand. And if they have to fight,
I feel as though
Megami will fight. Like Megami's not gonna give her no opportunity to go get his sister. He's not. Even if
But I
it's
feel as though like Yuji would understand if something like came up though, because he's shown to be like
Very
a
very compassionate.
compassionate. Yeah, he's a
yeah,
compassionate person. He's not like headstrong. We're like, nah, bro, this is important right here. Like, if something was up with Megumi's sister, Yuji would have been like, hey, bro, you know what you got to do. Like, he would have just said that verbatim. He
yeah,
wouldn't
oh
even
yeah,
have had
Saying
to like.
if, and you're saying if like it's a hypothetical, bro. That literally happened.
yeah. When they went to go check out
Like
with the cursed
around like
wombs
for
and
like
all of that
calling
shit.
games, especially like that's literally what's happening with them right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, even that's what I was saying. Like, their ideology, it don't clash, but it's on two different timings. So at any given
But
point, like,
they both know what they
Okay,
got to do at the end of the day. But
so
like,
I have
Yeah.
they'll
a
actually
really
help each
random.
other to get their goals.
Yeah. So Sammy, I have a question for you. Right on the topic of rivals, do you think Suna and Zenzus are rivals?
I'm be honest. He got two. He got two. In that series,
Okay, and
he got with Suna, he got two rivals. It's definitely Zanzis and it's definitely Byakuran.
Byakuran.
Yeah.
Nah, I wouldn't say Byakuran's a rival. Like Byakuran's more like Rokuro, in my opinion. Just
Matter of fact,
he a bad dude who will help you out.
matter of fact, push come to shove, like if Suna actually really needed, well, it happened. Suna actually needed help, and he
Yeah.
was like, Byakura was like, okay, I'll help you, but that don't mean like I'm on your side. We just gotta get this shit done because it mess up with my plans. But nah, Zanzis for sure is the polar opposite. Bro,
Right.
he's the polar opposite of Suna. I swear to. Listen, Turtle. If you go watch Hitman Reborn, matter of fact, and people
Read
might
it.
people might say I'm cap. Suna and Zanzis is the better version of Deku and Bakugo. I promise you.
Yes.
I promise you.
100%.
Zanzis don't gotta tell nobody, oh, go kill yourself and this, that, and
100%.
third, bro. Zanzis will tell you, bro, listen, you is a low life. Like, I don't gotta be a fucking around you. Like, you're nothing.
Zanzus will literally be like you not that guy, and he'll be
Hold on, Turtle, your
asked
mic breaking up.
this that. But yeah, no, I just wanted to ask that since we're on the topic of rivals.
Yeah, I was gonna say
But I thought
with
work hello
Zanzis is definitely his
I'ma head out.
rival. And with Byakura, he's definitely like how can I put it? Well, yeah, he at best he's still a villain, but he's gonna listen. He's not gonna let another villain fuck up his plan. He's not. He's like, matter of fact, he's like Orochimaru, bro. Like, he's for himself, but if it's fucking up everything else around him, he's gonna be for the he gonna be for the cause. He's definitely. We got some more rivals we could talk. Yo, Turtle, how you feel about Ryoko and her sister? How you feel like they correlate with each other?
What
What
are you talking
happened?
about?
Like, rival wise, how you feel like Ryoko and her sister correlate with each other?
Oh, I don't know though. Okay, I don't. You could technically consider those rivals, but their end goals are very different. The sister is just trying to take down the mom, but Ryuko is just trying to find out who killed her dad. And I would say they're more like, for the majority of this series, she's more of an antagonist than a rival, and then they just team up near the end. Like, this isn't like a friendly competition. She is trying to kill each other. I personally wouldn't say that that's a rivalry.
You don't think that's a rivalry? You think it's just like two ideals? Honestly,
I think for most of the series, it's more of a protagonist antagonist kind of thing than a rivalry.
well, true, but
Because we don't know that the mom is
your
really on demon time until the last couple episodes.
your antagonist could be your fucking rival as well.
I mean, it can, but like I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that Kill la Kill is like that because until the last couple episodes, we didn't know that the mom was on demon timing like that. So the whole time you're watching this anime, you don't think, oh, they're in like friendly competition or oh, they're trying to achieve the same thing through different pathways. They're trying to kill each other. They're real life. Ryuko wants to know who killed her dad, and uh, what was it? Sayori? What the something. She is just trying to stop her mom from taking over the world. Satsuki, that's her name. Satsuki Kiryu.
Am I wondering if Edge is coming back? How y'all feel about Kawaki as a rival?
I can't say anything. I don't watch Boruto.
Me.
I definitely think I feel like he's he's another Sasuke in a sense, but I do like the fact how they taking a different, like completely different path with him. Because him and Boruto is like same side of the coin, but we could see like over time they're really distancing themselves from each other. Granted, like they're like brothers, because but I could definitely say like Boruto Kawaki is a rivalry in a healthy way, but how the series is now, that shit gonna like really flip the whole fucking table on them. So, I'm trying to think of some more, but if we can't, that's cool. Uh, we can get into our next topic before our next miniature topic before we end the podcast. All right, so fellas, I got a question for both of y'all because I know I folded yesterday on this whole matchup shit. Don't hold me to it, please don't. Uh, y'all here? Y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, bet. All right, cool. Right. Out of all of the new gen, right, that we either watch or read on, right, from each collective series, what's something that you would like to? What's something about them that you would either change or you'd like to be implemented into the series?
Uh,
It could be any new gen.
I must say, because it's the most recent new gen that I finished for Chainsaw Man. I guess I would just like more character moments. Like, of course, it has great character moments for a lot of the cast, but a lot of them don't get that like shine in the spotlight too often. Like my favorite character from this series is Power, and don't get me wrong, she's like cool. She has like some really fun dynamics with Denji, but her most notable like character moment is probably the bang scene. If you know, you know.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Damn power. Damn.
I don't know. I would have liked to see more stuff because we know like a little bit about, but we didn't learn too much about her. We know that she didn't trust humans, but that she warmed up to Denji. But we didn't learn a lot about her as a person. You know, I think we didn't learn a lot about a lot of characters because people fall like flies in that series. There is no plot armor if your name is not Denji. Jesus Christ! But
What about you, Meek? From any new
I
gen of
thought Mika
the
was saying something. That's why he probably listened to something.
you probably listen to some.
I'm still here. I was just letting him.
You got any more new gen that you wish you could they could implement something new into?
Um, not at the moment. Well, I'm still trying to like slowly get back into reading other things. I mean, the ones I'm really caught up on are JJK and My Hero. But if there was anything I wanted to change about the series, I'd say that I'll go with My Hero. I feel like this. I definitely would like for because the thing is, my whole thing. I don't know if it's like a plot hole or whatever, like inconsistency. Because you know how over 80% of the population has quirks. We never ever get to know like the other 20%. We know Midoriya is like quirkless and he's the main character, but what about those other like people of the other percentage of the population that we just never saw? It always felt weird. Like it was like, is he actually the only quirkless person in the world? That can't be because it literally says in the story like the 20%. There's 20% in the population that don't have quirks. So it was weird to me that we never saw like other quirkless people in like canon that actually like either interacted with Midoriya or like how they go about being like quirkless. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of weird that, and I definitely would have liked Horikoshi to expound upon that more. But besides that, I think I think the series is good. That's the only thing I would change. Is just like
The,
more of the whole population's aspect of like
to be
those who don't have a quirk.
for
I
me,
did think about that sometimes. I'm not even gonna lie. I was like, there's no like no other quirkless people. Where they at?
with My Hero, that first portion, I could be honest with you, that shit was honestly really boring. Especially with Bakugo. They could have did Bakugo personality better. It's still like Bakugo could still have a strong personality, but they could have done it in a better way. That's one thing. Two, with Deku, with him, I would have preferred him to be not so timid, but like how can I put it without making it sound so fucking lame in the first beginning, like the first beginning of My Hero. I'd prefer him to have him be like either like Rock Lee, like super enthusiastic, or like Asta, super enthusiastic type of shit. You feel me? He know his well shit. He already know what the fuck his weakness is. He's studying heroes. He got a whole fucking book. But another thing also, well, we in the final ish, I believe, the final moments of My Hero. We definitely like the main character. Like I would have definitely wanted to see Uraraka get more time. Uh, who else? That's about it for me. It's only the first portion of My Hero for me that I was like really like like I ain't really rock with it like that. But what's another thing? What's another anime? Even with Boruto, I say this shit all the time. Like it should have waited a little bit longer for it to come out, just a little bit longer. Like, so they could flesh a lot of stuff out. And I would have preferred it. And this is me. I'd have preferred it to be bi-weekly. Monthly is like that shit is just it's fucking insane. I'd have preferred it to be bi-weekly. But other than that, y'all got anything else to add on?
Nah,
Nah, I think I've said my piece.
I said my piece too. But
yeah, I
shit,
said my piece.
we could wrap it up here. But hey, thank you for everybody who came out supported. Edge, made his guest appearance. We had our usual. We had Turtle, Meech. Who else came? Oh, we had Wendy come through, but hey, he was popping in and out. Ken was here popping in and out as well. We had Flock here earlier. But hey, shit. Till next time, peace.